Be sure to subscribe for more content. What is up, ladies and gents? Welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're having a very lovely day today. So in today's video, we're going to be talking all about Lunar Classic, what has happened to it recently, and where we think the price is going to go to in the near future with some key price levels and some trades and we're looking to make. So be sure to stay tuned for all of that. And of course, if you appreciate the daily analysis on this channel and you're one of the 86% of people that watch these videos that have not yet subscribed, be sure to hit the subscribe button if you like this content. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's get the annotations back on the screen here. And these are the annotations that we're really paying attention to here on Lunar Classic. Basically, we have two very key things that we're looking at: this purple support, this purple trend line that we have down here, and this orange trend line, this resistance that we have up here. And of course, both are very important, because if we zoom out, we can see that this orange resistance here has been in play in Lunar Classic for the past 3 weeks here. Since the FTX collapse and the subsequent drop down in Lunar Classic, the price has adhered to this resistance this whole time. So very well respected, very important to watch this level. And of course, as you can see, just within the past few hours, prices have come very close again to our orange resistance and dropped back down. So pretty tense stuff. If we do break through, then as you know from my previous videos, we're going to see some major moves here. We're going to see some major moves. And again, likewise with the support down here, if we do break below the support, then again, going to be a very major move. So I'm really watching the price as we come close to either the purple support here or this orange resistance. Of course, just to briefly show you that support line as well, every time we've come down to the support, if I just go on the 1 day chart, we have rocketed back up. So you can see this is pretty much a lifetime support here on Lunar Classic. Very important level. If we do break below, then we're going to see major moves downwards. So every single time the price has come down to this level, we can see that it's shot straight back up. And most recently, if we have a look, back on the 1 hour chart here, we can see that over the past 3 weeks, we've seen the price touch this purple line 2 more times. In this region here, we literally came down to this level. And as you can see in the same hour, so this single candle here shot straight back up to this level here. And that was about a 20% pump from touching this purple line. More recently, in this section here, 22nd of November, we saw the price pump 13% or so right after touching this purple line. So this just illustrates how important this purple support is here. And if we do break below it, then that is going to mean we're going to see a major move down. Now, of course, at the moment, we're closing in on this triangle. Something is going to happen to Lunar Classic by the end of the week. As you can see, Friday is over here. So we literally have a deadline of Friday on Lunar Classic where it's going to go. It could do this up until Friday, for example, and we could see either a break to the upside or a break to the downside. Or we could see that very soon within the next few hours, for example. When exactly it will happen, we do not know, but we do know we're going to see some sort of major move if these lines are crossed. And of course, what I'm also watching is what the cryptocurrency market is doing, because now more than ever, it's particularly important to see what the rest of cryptocurrencies are doing, because we're in quite a sensitive spot here. And I say this because if we have a look at Bitcoin here, we are in some sort of consolidation pattern at the moment, and it's lasted about 3 weeks again here on Bitcoin. Very similar to Lunar Classic. You can see we've got this triangle formation here on Lunar Classic and this triangle formation here on Bitcoin. Now, looking at this triangle and how it has formed over the past 3 weeks just reminds me so much of this region here back in May. We can see so many similarities between the two. Literally, we have this consolidation pattern over here. Things were fairly level for several weeks here on Bitcoin. And of course, after a quick pump to around the 32,000 mark, Bitcoin then started dropping, falling below the support line here, and we just saw it crash down to 18,000. Now, if we have a look at this region here, right now we've seen this nice pump from Bitcoin from 16,000 to 16,500. So we're looking at this green candle at the moment on the 1 day chart. And at the moment, it's giving me vibes this candle here gave me back in the start of June. So I'm really paying attention to what's happening right here, because if history repeats itself, this could mean that over the next several days, we see the price break below the 16,000 mark, fully clear the support line that we have on Bitcoin, and start falling to new lows here on Bitcoin. And of course, we also saw something very similar in this region as well. So again, we saw this last pump here on Bitcoin before we fell the first time from 39,000 all the way down to 20,000, 27,000 on Bitcoin. So this pattern here again was a consolidation, but it looked a little bit different. It looked something like this. So we just had some area where the price was just consolidating in a pattern like this. We did see that last pump like we saw over here as well, and prices tumbled. So this is what I'm paying attention to now. If history repeats itself, that's where I believe we are, and we could see Bitcoin fall within the next few days. Of course, this is a triangle as well, guys, so do bear in mind that there is an upside to this. If we do break to the top of the triangle here on Bitcoin, then we could be going into the 18,000s. But if we break below this triangle, I do think we're going to easily see 14,000 and down to 13,000 as well, depending on how we construe this chart pattern. So literally from just the triangle alone, we should hit 14,300 if we break down. We should hit 18,300 if we break to the upside. And of course, this is extremely important because whatever Bitcoin does will probably be reflected in what Lunar Classic does as well. So things have been very, very correlated here with Lunar Classic and Bitcoin. Of course, since the FTX crash and since the economy has gone down the drain a bit, Lunar Classic and Bitcoin have just been making similar moves here. So of course, with Lunar Classic, we're seeing this triangle as well. I do have hopes that we could see Lunar Classic go to the upside like this, for example, just because this is a triangle and we could see that pump from this support, which has been respected throughout Lunar Classic's lifetime. But if we do break down below this triangle, then the price target is 8.5 cents here, which represents about a 30% drop. So if I see prices coming close to our support and spending too long there, then I will be exiting Lunar for good, because I do not want to see a 30-40% drop here on Lunar if Bitcoin makes its move down to 13,000. So I'm really wary for that. And if Lunar does crash below that support line, then we should be able to find some support at these levels here. So at around 11 to 12 cents, I think we will start seeing some reasonable support. So at the moment, we're in 16 cents here on Lunar Classic. If we have a look at this volume profile range, we can see that there is a lot more volume within these regions here. So from around 13 cents downwards, we start seeing the volume massively pick up here, meaning there's a lot of liquidity. There's a lot of previous buyers here on Lunar Classic at these levels. So although 8.5 cents would be the target from a breakdown of this triangle, we could see a lot of support at 12 cents, 11 cents here on Lunar Classic. So realistically, I don't think it would drop as far as 8.5 cents if Bitcoin goes down to 13,000 or 14,000. And I think instead what we'll see is quite a quick drop here on Lunar Classic down to around the 13 cents mark, where we start seeing extra support from that volume profile that we saw. So more buyers coming in to kind of hold the prices up from falling all the way down to the price target of 8.5 cents here from that triangle. But this is only if we do break below the support here. And when I say break, I want to see a clean break. I want to see the prices go below this support with a lot of momentum, a lot of volume. We should see the volume increase as prices break down through the support, if that does indeed happen. And of course, I do think a breakdown from this triangle will be accompanied with what Bitcoin does as well. So basically, just keep your eyes on what Bitcoin is doing. Keep your eyes on what Lunar Classic is doing. Just memorize the kind of prices here on Bitcoin. Because at the moment it's at 16,500. If we really break below 16,000, that's when we start seeing all hell break loose, in my opinion. And likewise, if we are able to reach 16,800 and upwards, then we could be seeing that break above. So 16,000 and 16,800 are the places that we want to be keeping an eye on Bitcoin. I might just create an alert after I've made this video up, so I know exactly when Bitcoin has hit those levels, because that's going to be pretty instrumental in what Bitcoin does next. But I am very, very wary about how history does repeat itself quite a lot, and we could be seeing a scenario like these two over here as well. So, and just finally as well, to top things off as well, if we have a look at the stock market, we have seen our very first red day here, and of course what it looks like has happened is that we have completed some sort of bear market rally. So we could start seeing the prices on the stock market do something like this. And of course, Bitcoin and stock market have some sort of correlation because they're both risk assets in an economic downturn. And of course, people want to go to safer investments in an economic downturn. So what we do technically see is cryptocurrencies and stocks behave in a very similar way. And of course, when we did see the last bull market rally here, when we did see the last bear market rally here on the S&P, we got to around 4,300, and that was exactly the same time we saw Bitcoin reach 25,000 before dropping back down. So again, stock market is a big thing to look out for, because Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies such as Lunar Classic behave in the same way as stocks, particularly in economic conditions. And it looks like we have just completed some sort of bear market rally, and we could start seeing the prices decline further on here. We could see that plunge Bitcoin down below 16,000, and into 15,000s, 14,000s, and even maybe 13,000s. And of course, if that happens, then we're going to see something very similar here on Lunar Classic as well. So at the end of the day, this is a triangle, and we could see a breakout to the upside, and that price target would be very nice. It'd be around the 22-23 cents region if this triangle does complete. But if we do see a breakdown from the support, this purple line here, our price target should be around 8.5 cents, but I do think there's going to be a lot of support down from about the 13 cents region here on Lunar Classic because of that volume profile I showed you. The fact that there is a lot of liquidity, and there would be a lot of buyers from around 13 cents downward, just because we've consolidated here on Lunar Classic in the past as well. So that's what that is referring to. So I will keep you up to date on my trading view as well. If I do see any major moves happening here on Lunar Classic, you'll be the first to know if you follow my trading view. The link is in the description below. But otherwise, that's pretty much all I have to say here. All eyes really on what Bitcoin is doing. The 16,000 level and the 16,800 level are on my mind. And of course, if we do break below on Bitcoin, then we're going to break below on Lunar Classic, and same with a breakout to the upside as well. So that's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like this content, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But otherwise, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.